they put us in a couples facial room. I didn't even know that was a thing.
You're like, oh, I can't get away from you.
Welcome to No Ordinary Friendship.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Teresa.
Let's catch up. Hello, friends. We are back.
It's back. I mean, we're back. It's a beautiful day today.
It is a nice day, thankfully. Not like when we were in LA.
No, LA was terrible weather.
Yes. So I think we told you all we were going on a trip to LA, just the two of us.
For funsies.
We're antisocial. But it was so
nice.
Amazing.
It was lovely.
It was everything I could have hoped for.
It was way too short. I think the only thing we would have changed was the weather.
That's true.
Emily brought all these cute outfits and she wore them.
Skort.
She wore them.
It was not skort weather.
It was so cold.
Should we just jump into what we did on our LA
yes.
trip? Okay. I was thinking we could share what we loved about it or like highlights.
Okay.
Just not feeling rushed.
Yeah.
I think I don't notice that in my everyday life as a mother. I'm constant, and I'm not even working, I mean, working a little bit
You
now,
are. Yeah.
But like I'm not working full time. I can't imagine how I would feel dealing with like all the kids stuff, then work, and like trying to stay on top of like house stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But on this trip, it was like the most rush we felt was when our breakfast was taking too long and we had to get to our studio tour. And even that, I was like, oh, well.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
If we're late, we're late. Whatever.
Yeah. And especially with young kids, it's like on the weekends, even if we're having fun, it's like, okay, we got to hurry and eat lunch. We got to head back for a nap. Like everything is a rush.
So regimented.
Rush to nap, rush to bedtime.
Yeah.
And because your kids don't comply, like you have to keep rushing.
And you never know how much buffer room to build in for like little whining meltdowns. Yeah. With you and me, like we can run.
We don't whine.
Yeah.
We don't melt down.
We could just eat quickly in the car.
When you say get in the car, I say, okay. You didn't have to tell me to put my seatbelt on.
That's true. You did it all by yourself. You did help me navigate, which is great. Kids don't do that.
No, they don't. And then obviously all of it was great, but I loved the facial that we got in K-Town. And listeners, if you're in the Bay Area and you know a secret place that does amazing Korean facials, please tell us. That don't cost a ton because we did it was almost an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. And I didn't do as fancy as Teresa, so mine was $150.
Yeah.
But that was such a good deal. And they sell packages, so I think it would be even a
better deal. Yeah. And the great thing about this place too is you can get a package and you can share it with anybody. Like you can share it with a friend,
amazing,
a sister,
I would share
a brother.
with you.
I would share with you too. And mine wasn't even that fancy. It was $250, but I still feel like that is way better than Rosewood prices.
Yeah. Anything you can get here.
And it really was so relaxing. I thought what was funny was they put us in a couples facial room. I didn't even know that was a thing.
You're like, oh, I can't get away from you.
I did not think that. I was like, oh, this is romantic, but we can't talk.
Yeah, because there's stuff all over our faces.
It really was so relaxing, so warm. The outside was not that pretty, but the
you would
inside
never know going
nice.
in that it was a nice facial place.
That was nice. That was going to be my highlight.
Oh, sorry. You can talk about the studio tour.
Was that a highlight? It was so cold. It was fun, though.
Cold. Yeah, that was the worst part because we went to the Warner Brothers studio tour, and for a good chunk of it, you're riding on this
golf
cart outside. And I was in my skort.
And it was really windy.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? We chose to do the morning one.
We did.
It could have been a little bit warmer. That was pretty cool because we did a lot of research, all 8 minutes, I think. We didn't plan on doing a studio tour, but I think we're just driving around and we're like, ooh.
From the airport, we saw it.
Emily kept asking, is that a celebrity? I wish we could see a celebrity.
I wanted to roll down my window when we were just driving in LA and be like, are you famous?
We think maybe somebody was. Who knows?
I'm sure somebody was. We just didn't know that.
But we chose the WB one because it just seemed like it had what we were looking for, just like some fun stuff. Friends was filmed.
Yeah, the Friends set, the Big Bang Theory set, and we saw
a lot of Harry Potter stuff
Abbott
as well.
Elementary.
Oh, yes.
Actually, so me and Victor watched Abbott Elementary after I got home because you told me there were more episodes. And then I was like, watch, this is that scene. And then I had taken a picture of one of the houses. It's like the student, they go check on him. So I was like, look, I saw that.
That is so cool. Yeah, we looked into some other ones too. I think Sony, maybe Paramount. And the review said that they were like much more technical if you want to know what happened behind the scenes.
We didn't.
Emily was like, you lost me at technical. And that was like an immediate no. So we knew to sign up for the WB tour.
Even this one, I was like, you don't have to tell us all those facts. It's fine.
The lady that gave us the tour was kind of funny though.
Yeah, and she's like, there's no real brick here on...
She kept telling us everything's fake, everything's fake.
This is fake brick too.
And we're like, we know it's all fake. It's TV or movies. But that was a lot of fun. Highly recommend. And it wasn't very long either.
Yeah.
I feel like we could have stayed way longer, but we're like, all right, got our picks. Let's go.
Let's go eat lunch.
What else did we do? We had some really good food.
We had hand rolls.
Yes. Everything that we wanted, we ate.
Korean barbecue. Which I forgot to text you. The meat in the fridge.
Oh, man.
But I mean, what would we have done with it?
Emily and I got... Usually you go to Korean barbecue with a lot of people. We got a couples combo. I don't know who is in this couples combo, but it's way too much meat.
Definitely for a throuple.
And we felt bad when we thought we would like see a homeless person. Like there was just no way we were going to eat this meat. But we took it home anyway.
Yeah.
And then we just left it in the fridge. Damn, I totally forgot.
Yeah, me too.
The Mexican food was really good too.
Yeah.
I really liked that. And I also really enjoyed just like hanging out in bed and watching TV.
That's the best. That's what I love about traveling with you. Ever since we've traveled together, like, no matter where we go, we know like, hey, it's not a waste of time to lie in bed and just watch TV or be on our phones.
It's so nice.
And there's no pressure. We chat here and there, but it's like we're having our own time too.
Yeah, it's never going to be so stressful. We did also look into watching a comedy show.
Yes, I kind of wish we had time and energy to do that, but I wasn't ready to go anywhere at 10 p.m.
I wasn't ready to commit to like a cover and two drink minimum so late.
Yeah.
There was a show, I think, that started at 7, right? We're like, oh, darn, that would have been the perfect time for us. But it was great. I really missed you because, listeners, I actually stayed another 2 days to visit my brother.
You had to stay an extra night, right?
Oh, yeah, because my flight got canceled. Remember how we were talking about how small airports are great?
Yeah.
Well, they're not so great sometimes because they don't have enough flights leaving.
Yeah.
It's just a Burbank to SFO flight, but it kept getting delayed. And then by the time I got there, it got canceled. After I went through security twice. Okay, so remember how we went to buy Korean skincare products?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I'm just going to risk it.
Yeah.
Like bullets get let through TSA. Maybe my Korean skincare will too, even though it's over the limit.
Yeah.
So you got
5
lucky.
ounces.
Based off of your experience, I decided to take a risk too. And the lady was so on it.
How did she know?
Well, she told this guy, he was like, this is 130 milliliters. The max is 100.
They know milliliters?
They do. And
I thought we could slip by.
I was like, I have no argument. Like, you're right.
Wait, so did you check your luggage and then it got canceled?
So I went to go check it. And the big United sign said, like, you cannot check in unless it's like over 45 minutes of your flight time. And I was at like,
oh, you took United back?
Yeah, I took United back. That was my first mistake. So the line was pretty long. So I knew they were going to be really strict about it and they're not going to let me check it.
Yeah.
And so then I went through security again. Or no, I went and I took out the skincare item. It was brand new. I really liked it. And I was like, I don't want to just throw this away. No. So I called my brother up. They were like long gone already.
Yeah.
So I was like, what do I do with this? I cannot bear to throw this away. I couldn't even throw away Korean barbecue. So I literally waited at the baggage claim and I looked for like somebody that would appreciate this skincare.
Oh my gosh.
And I saw this Asian mom struggling to put her toddler into the stroller. And I literally just kind of like hovered around her. And then when she got him in, I was like, hi. I was just wondering if you're interested in this like new Korean skincare product. I just bought it. I used it like 2 times and she seemed actually really appreciative. I don't know if I would be. I could be a little bit freaked out if some stranger approached me like that. But she's like, oh my God, thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, you gave it away?
I had to,
and
right?
then your flight was canceled?
Yes. So I gave it away. She took it. I was so happy to give it to somebody that actually looked like she was going to use it.
You made her day.
I hope so. And then I went across through security again, and then a minute later they canceled the flight.
So I was so mad.
I was pissed.
You could have checked it.
I could have just taken that home with me, right? And I really loved it.
We'll find it again for you.
We will.
At least you did a good deed and you didn't waste it.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry that yours got... Because mine was actually 150 milliliters.
I think maybe the packaging looked like it was smaller.
It's shorter.
Yeah,
like it's
fatter.
Stout.
Short and stout. Yeah. No, mine was long and lean. So.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
When I saw the lady looking at the little monitor, I was like, this girl looks like she's on her A game.
I was actually nervous the whole way. Like on the drive to the airport, I was like, what's going to happen? Like, hopefully I have enough time to go and check it. And then like, I don't know if I got lucky or right around when I was going through, they switched people.
Oh.
So maybe she was like, oh, he already checked this one, but he didn't. And he's like, she's going to, I don't know. Or maybe they just didn't pick up on it.
You know, I got really pissed during this little time frame too, because I was like, why is this rule still in place?
Agreed. What is it protecting us from?
Explosives, but you know, like I feel like there are other things that should prevent that.
Someone who's going to do it is not going to do it through Korean skincare.
Agreed. Oh, but that was my flight bag. I ended up spending my poor brother. He's like,
to get rid of you. Okay, but what did you buy that when I wasn't there?
Yeah. So when I was there without you, we went to Melrose and went shopping. Was I talking to you about Anine Bing? Anine.
No, but I've seen like people like their sweatshirts, right?
Yeah. So I kept seeing it around LA and I asked Jeffrey, my brother and sister-in-law. I did.
Oh.
I kept asking them, I was like, what is this brand? They're like, we don't know, but we can take you. They're just so chill because they don't have any kids and they're also just very like laid back and easygoing and great hosts. So we went and it's pronounced Anine. We thought it was Anine.
I did too.
Anine.
Yeah, I thought it was Anine.
Yeah, it's not. She's Dutch.
And what is the hype about it? I've seen so many influencers with the sweatshirt.
I don't know what the hype is, but I was influenced.
Like, is it a really soft sweatshirt?
So I was like, I want to go and buy something. And I didn't want to go just buy something online. I wanted to like feel the quality because they are expensive. I was like, it has to be like a nice thick 200 something. Yeah.
For a sweatshirt?
Yeah. And so I felt the ones that I saw. One of them was called the Tyler sweatshirt. And I was like, that's the one that I want. It was terrible quality. So I didn't buy that one.
Sorry, Tyler.
I actually went to the sale rack and I got one that was on sale that said Paris in really big letters. And then like the little, it says like Anine Bing on the bottom. And that was like $150 or something, which is still
nice deal.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And my brother was like, that's just how much hoodies cost these days. I was like, oh, okay, well then I guess I'll buy it.
Not when you go to Target.
Yeah. What else did we do? We went to, they're vegan. So we went to this vegan restaurant and I wish you were there because it was
such a celebrity.
Well, so they were like, this is where the vegan celebrities go. Because it's one of the only places that's high-end-ish and like just vegan. Yeah, fancy vegan. Like Beyonce and
she's vegan?
Apparently.
Oh.
Billie Eilish.
Don't you want to
Ariana
move to LA
Grande.
now? Just a little bit?
They asked me that and I was like, well, Emily
on a
keep
mission.
trying. And
what if you move and I stay here?
Okay, one of the notes I'd be so pissed at you. One of the notes that I wrote down was in their neighborhood, it was such a vibe, but at the same time, there was not a toddler in sight. And
well, that's because it's not Playa Vista.
Well, true, but I feel like you need a home, right? Maybe not just a townhome.
There are houses in Playa Vista, just not.
I thought there were like
ones.
3.
No, there's houses. There are a lot.
Are you sure?
They're just not single story, which you said was a requirement.
It's a requirement.
What if there's an elevator? We've been through this.
We've been through this.
Just live on the first floor.
We're not rehashing this argument.
You just live on the first floor as if it's a single story.
You're not moving. It's done. The argument is over. So I was just thinking, like, I don't know if it's feasible to live there. Like, you need a community of like other crazy kids running around, and that's like where the schools are, also where like the playgrounds are.
There are. I'm sure there are. I'm sure
there are somewhere, just not where my brother was living.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why I had such a great time. Because like I wasn't reminded that there are children out there. But they did tell me that the vibe in their neighborhood is very androgynous.
Like no sex.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Like the way people dress.
Interesting.
So we were at this fancy matcha place and I was like, oh, I see it.
Oh.
Yeah. Just like very oversized, baggy clothing for all.
Interesting. For all.
So you could share
a Nine Bing sweatshirt.
Oh, what else happened? Nothing else
So you just bought a sweatshirt and this jacket?
And this jacket. What else did I buy? I think that's it. That was the itch I wanted to scratch.
At least you bought something, because when you were with me, you bought nothing.
Yeah. Well, we also
and the
went
only thing you considered was a $26,000 bracelet.
No, that was you. That was not me.
Well,
Victor, I know you're listening.
A friendship bracelet?
Victor, I know you're listening. It was all Emily.
No.
She wanted to go to the store.
I did. I wanted to go to the store just to like look at the sparkly things, but
it was really fun. And that's how we ended up paying a lot for our parking ticket.
That's true. They should have validated. We should have asked if they validated. In
the future, though, we'll text her.
Yes.
Okay, tell me about your SF parking ticket.
Yeah, speaking of paying for things like parking. So I went to work yesterday in the SF office, and it's my own fault because it's like a 2-hour zone. But the first time I went there, I guess I got lucky because I did move my car a couple of times, but I only saw a meter maid once and I didn't see anyone get a ticket. Then yesterday, not only myself, I saw like 4 other cars got tickets. So they were on like a rampage.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like end of month closing, you know? But I got a ticket because I parked too long. And guess how much it's for?
$150.
Not that much. It's like 104 or something. But I'm like, that is so steep for a parking violation where it's like just a little too long.
I hate SF sometimes.
And of course, then I Googled, like, can you get out of a parking ticket? And almost all the like Quora, Reddit were like, it's very rare. Like SFMTA is the worst. They hate everybody. They just want to get your money.
Also, you don't really have a good reason either or excuse, right?
Yeah.
It's really difficult. I've tried. And I think what frustrates me the most is like on my street, we also have a permit.
Yeah.
And it's on my husband's car because I park in the garage. And there are times where I got a ticket one time because maybe we just swapped and I forgot. And I'm like,
technically you have it.
Tax-paying citizen over here. Oh, yeah. Technically we have it, but we didn't switch it out.
Okay, but I did appeal it online just for shits and giggles.
And?
Well, I haven't gotten a response, but I just said like, hey, I got a ticket. I actually did move my car, which I did, but like I rolled it forward a little bit. But I was like, I moved it forward. Is that not allowed? Then I submitted. Then I Googled it and it's like not allowed. So I don't know if you know, listeners, but if you're ever in SF, technically you have to move at least, I think they said like 1/10 of a mile away, which is like 500 feet from where you parked to count as like a new parking spot.
When you were doing your research, did you get any indication on like how they check? Like, do they take a picture of your
now
car?
I guess they actually scan your license plate. They used to do that
the
chalk
location
thing, right? Yeah, I'm guessing it's all automated on their little
That
scan.
is how they spend their money.
I know. Annoying.
Like, fix something else.
And then the other thing I discovered, which I decided was not worth my time. Did you know that you can do community service to pay off parking tickets? Which I think is a cool thing that exists. You have to pay like a $30 enrollment fee. So I was like, no, I'm not paying more money. But if you're like low income, they'll waive it, like if you go through a process. And then every hour takes off $20. So I thought that was kind of cool because
there's options, I guess.
Like if someone really is like struggling, and I was like, actually, I'm very thankful. Like this is a nuisance to me, but I'm not like so stressed about paying $100 parking ticket. But for some people, like it's such a big deal, and at least there's another option.
$20 though, that's minimum wage.
I know. I think that's what it is. Like you get minimum.
It's like
wage.
$18.
But it's community service, so at least like
that's 5 hours though to pay off.
I know
that parking ticket
plus a $30 enrollment fee.
I wonder what they make you do. Maybe you can like go and revamp their entire operational system.
I saw like Glide Memorial Church was on the list. It's like if they partner with nonprofits or something.
Oh,
so
okay.
You can like go do.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like everyone should do that then.
So I felt like I learned something valuable.
As you were like rage Googling, I'm sure.
And next time I go to that office, I'm just going to go find a parking garage. It's just I'm always rushing and like late already. So it's nice to park like right in front of the office. Yeah. But then maybe what I'll do is like park, get in there, and then like when things are quiet, go park at a parking garage.
Isn't your view outside like the street?
Yes, but okay, yesterday was actually quite busy. There were a lot of people in the office. And one of my tasks, which Victor was like, is this what caused your potential hernia? Was I had to move. They have like 3 big tables. They're on wheels, but then each table had 6 chairs. And I had to move them from like the front of the office because I guess they had like an all hands meeting back to where they were in the back of the office.
Is it what caused your hernia?
I did it all by myself. And it wasn't like heavy, but it's just a lot. And you know, I don't work out at all. So. But I didn't feel pain yesterday, so I don't think.
And that's just pushing a rolling thing.
Well, I did have to lift all the chairs. But yeah, I think when I was doing that, maybe the meter maid went by because I couldn't I wasn't at my station looking out.
You could have run out.
And then there were a lot of guests that came in, so I had to open the door for them. So there was just a lot going on.
A lot of admin.
Yeah.
So you got a parking ticket. I actually got really freaked out yesterday because I went to, wait, is there anything else you need to tell me about that?
No.
I got really freaked out yesterday because I had a Japanese spa experience yesterday.
Oh.
But anyways, I parked on the street and it was 2-hour parking and the spa thing is about an hour. And then, you shower and do all that. But the whole time I was like, why isn't there a clock in here? Why isn't there a clock in the spa? Because I didn't know how much time it was. And those meter maids really do come and get you.
They do.
Then there's no fighting back.
Yeah.
Have you been to the Japanese spa on Post?
No, I don't think so.
I think it's all run by Koreans.
So it's really a Korean spa.
But they call it a Japanese
scrub?
spa. No, I typically get that, but I actually booked an acupressure massage this time.
Nice.
And I mostly wanted to just use up this gift card that I got. And it's one of those spas where everyone's naked.
Oh, that is very Japanese, I guess.
I think it's very Korean too, right?
I don't know. I've never been to a Korean one.
Okay.
I don't think so.
So this one, it's very clean and very nice. It's women only. But it is so jarring, even though you try to act cool, like you're naked and everyone else around you is naked. But it's still very jarring to see everyone naked and be naked in front of everyone.
Yeah.
And I'm always thinking, what if I see somebody that I know? But then I guess, I can see them and they can see me. So it's fair play.
Just both ignore the other person. Or hi. Only keep eye contact up.
When I was there a couple years ago, it was mostly Asian people. This time when I went, it was, I think I was one of 2 Asian people.
Interesting.
They have really expanded their market.
It's because Korean stuff is getting popular.
Yeah. And I think it has really good reviews too, just
Oh,
and it's a
nice.
very unique experience versus, any other spa. And they do really good job maintaining it.
Oh, cool.
But it was nice. They have something called the red clay room, where it's a bunch of balls of red clay, and then I think it's infrared sauna type of feeling.
Do you lie on it?
So you lie on it,
Is it hot?
Yeah, it's very hot, and they tell you to sit on the ledge first and then kind of swing your legs over and then just plop down. They tell you do not start walking on it because it kind of feels like you're on hot coals.
Oh.
It's very hot.
It doesn't burn you? It would probably burn me.
It kind of felt like I was getting burned, but no.
Oh.
It was more the sensation was oh, this is really hot.
Yeah.
But there was one other girl in there and she's half naked. And I'm I'm cool with this.
Were you naked?
Because you have to be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just put these shorts on. But it was really silent and tranquil in there. But then once I got it and swung my legs over, I was trying to get to the other side because she was already at the part closest to the ledge. It's kind of being in a ball pit, right? You're not graceful or elegant. I'm half naked and the shorts that they give you are really big. And so I'm just trying to hold it together while being ow, this is really hot. But one of the things that they said outside was it helps with joint pain, which I have a lot of. And it said rheumatoid, or rheumatid. Because it's spelled rheumatoid wrong, I think. And when I was in there, I was wow, I actually do feel my ankle, pain relief. It was crazy. It was
really
almost
need
immediate.
To try my
Yes.
sauna blanket thing. Remind me next time you come.
I think it'll really help because remember in the hotel in LA, I was
set it up for you.
oh, okay. Maybe we'll just do the whole podcast in that sauna. I'll just sweat my ass off.
I'll lie down on the ground next to you. Put the mic in between.
But it was a really cool experience. I think it's really great if you just want to do it alone. I don't know. Would you be naked with friends and do that? Because there is
probably not by choice.
some parties there with friends. And I was
Yeah.
this is kind of awkward. Or maybe they were sisters.
Maybe.
That could be a little
Maybe
less
some
awkward.
friends just don't. I think Gen Z doesn't care.
Gen Z doesn't care about anything.
Pop culture. Okay, really quick.
Okay.
Victor and I watched Madam Web, and he told me it was the #1 movie on Netflix yesterday, which I am very surprised to hear because it's a Marvel thing.
Oh.
So it's kind of the female Spider-Man or something. I guess there's a character who's a female Spider-Man, and she has some spider
Oh, so it's
abilities.
real Marvel, not okay.
Real Marvel. And I don't have much to say about it. Dakota Johnson is Madam Web. She was in
Did you
50
watch
Shades
the
of
whole
Grey.
thing?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
And you were very surprised that it's number one.
Yeah. I guess it was like entertaining because I don't know anything about the character.
Yeah.
And I actually am a Marvel fan. Like I like the Marvel universe. But it just was like kind of, you could tell it wasn't like their A game.
They just made it to make some money, right?
I think so. And I think there will be, if it passes the test or whatever, I think there will be more because there are 3 younger girls who like are part of her team. And it's like Sydney Sweeney.
Oh.
I feel like she's very hot right now. I don't know the other 2 girls.
Okay.
But one of them looked like a younger Vanessa Hudgens.
Oh.
And then there's a black girl. I also don't know her name.
Wait, so they're all Marvel characters? Or
I guess so. But they didn't really elaborate on them. It was more focused on her, but she like saves them.
How is Madam Web related to Spider-Man?
I don't know, except that they both have spider abilities.
Like, are they siblings? Are they lovers later?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm never going to watch it.
I know. But maybe some of our listeners will.
That's true. I didn't even get that on I was going to say For You page. What is the Netflix thing called? Netflix homepage?
They do say For You, I think. There's one category that's like,
oh,
for
okay.
you. So
That's
you
right.
weren't wrong.
Yeah. Well, I'm also embarrassed to talk about my thing that I put under pop culture, but I started watching the show on Peacock called Love Undercover.
Okay.
I'm only at episode 2, but the whole premise of it, I'm just like, all right, I'll give this a go. So they're really famous international soccer players.
Okay.
Well, I guess really famous, not like Messi or anything, but like maybe tier 2, but they're still very rich and they're considered celebrities. Yeah. They come to LA and it's a dating show and they date like quote unquote like regular girls and they're like quote unquote looking for love and they live in this penthouse together. There's 5 of them and these girls, there's probably like 5 to 30 and they set them up on dates.
Do they speak pretty good English?
They do. Yeah.
Okay.
They're from Mexico, UK, Spain, etc. So they're all in the multi-million and some of them get treated like very, very much like celebrities.
Oh, okay.
And these girls that they find half of them are gold diggers. And the whole premise is like,
do they know?
For love, right? No, they don't know. So that's why they're going undercover. Like they're trying to find love because dating as a celebrity is hard, right?
That's true. I could see that.
But like if you're coming to LA to do a dating show, like these girls are looking for a certain lifestyle. And one of the girls is very much like, he's a construction worker and I do not date construction workers. And so she went for the guy in ad sales because she's like, I don't know what he's ad selling for, but I'm going to look into that. And she's like, as soon as I can, I'm going to be Googling how much ad sales people make.
Interesting. So it's almost like if the girls fall for these guys who aren't that rich, they almost get rewarded because they're gold diggers and they would get a good lifestyle.
Yeah, basically. Not all of them are gold diggers though. But what I thought was interesting was the show goes through like the reveal and they keep filming after that. And so they actually move. I think there are a couple shots in the previews showing that they actually do move overseas, but then overseas they are like celebrities, like people are coming up to them being like, hey, can I get a picture?
Yeah.
And there's shots of the girls being like, oh, I'm so lonely. Like, yeah. So I think it could be interesting once they actually do move overseas.
Yeah, that sounds pretty interesting.
There was this one Asian girl though. Poor Asians. I don't know. So
not lovable.
You get to go on a first date. The girls get to choose who they go on the dates with. And the guys actually have a really big hit to their ego because, they're not all super good looking just because you're rich and really athletic.
Yeah.
So this one guy continues to get picked and the girls pick and typically everyone gets matched up, but the girl has to ask the guy to go on a date and the guy rejected her and she was the only one that got rejected.
Was she ugly? Silence.
I mean, they're all made up.
Yeah.
They're all above average. And
okay.
I think maybe it's her personality. They said that she was like
not
a tiger mom interrogator.
I
think
too
they didn't
intense.
say that. Yeah, too intense.
Well, then that's a learning for her,
Yeah. I don't know if I recommend it yet. I'll let you know later. I don't even know if I'll finish it.
Keep me posted.
But the previews looked funny.
Okay. Family and health. So just a funny story for all you listeners. As you know, Charlie, my older daughter, is very emotional. She's a Cancer like Teresa.
I'm very emotional.
So I finally sold my West Elm chair that I think I told you about.
Yes, you just told me about last week.
Yeah, so I finally sold it. And unfortunately, the person couldn't pick it up until like 6:15 p.m. So the girls were home, of course.
Oh, no.
And so I had moved the chair closer to the front door so I wouldn't have to go grab it. And they're like, oh, and they're like climbing on it. I was like, okay, someone's going to come pick this up. And Charlie starts crying like it's the end of the road. No, my chair. I was like, this isn't even your chair. Like, you haven't even acknowledged it in like a year.
Haven't acknowledged this chair.
And she was like leaning on it and like hugging it and crying. And like, she just was like really upset we were getting married. She's like, no, I want this chair. And then the person came as she was still crying. So I was like, I'm sorry, Charlie, like it has to go. So Cassie came out with me while I was like dealing with the transaction. Yeah. You could hear Charlie scream crying through the door.
Sorry, I'm laughing.
And the person was like, and I was like, don't worry, that's just my older daughter. Like, she really doesn't want to part with the chair.
That she had no prior relationship with.
No. And then when I went in, I had to like give her a hug. I'll show you a video because I took a video later.
The chair. Poor Charlie. She got over it, right?
She got over it as soon as I like put a video on.
Yes.
But she had to go get like a stuffed animal to comfort herself. And I don't think I can relate to this because I am not that sentimental.
I mean, that seems a little bit overly sentimental for
over something that's like not even hers. Like, it's like I'm not getting rid of like something in her room.
Right.
But that is just a little sneak peek at like what I deal with.
When I saw that on our notes section, I was like, I bet I can relate to Charlie or Cassie or whoever it may be on that emotion part, but this is a tough one to relate to.
Even you probably could not relate to that.
Well, I'm glad you got rid of the chair.
Yeah.
Yay for decluttering.
Yes. Okay, tell me your new finds and then we can wrap up.
Okay.
Although, what about your rant?
Oh, I can rant next week.
Okay.
The rant will still be there.
Okay.
So one of the great things about going to LA is, to me, I feel like it's a very healthy city. Mm-hmm. And both my brother and my sister-in-law are super healthy. Mm-hmm. They're vegan. They do eat bad stuff once in a while, but I learned some new things from them. Well, and from you too. So I learned about coconut cult from you.
Yes.
Which I love. I feel like more people should try it out.
Do you already feel like a difference? Because
No.
you just started eating it.
No, I don't feel a difference. Well, the strawberry flavor I told you about, the probiotic. Listeners, not tasters.
Tasters.
It's just, like a probiotic?
It's a yogurt, I think, but it's just like very potent probiotics that are, a lot of the yogurt you eat actually, like the live cultures are not alive anymore by the time you consume them. This one is like very much alive.
Yeah. And it's a lot more sugar than it is probiotics.
True, yeah.
Versus this coconut cult one. I think they're all about the live probiotics. I've been looking for something that I can actually consume instead of just take a pill for.
Oh, nice.
But the strawberry flavor, I highly recommend. And you can get it at Whole Foods.
Oh, they have the strawberry one too?
Oh, I don't know.
I've seen the original and maybe chocolate at Whole Foods.
So I went and bought the chocolate one yesterday. And I was like, oh, this is like kind of a nice dessert. Mm-hmm. But I think the strawberry one's a little bit better because I like to eat it in the morning.
Did you know you can order it online?
No.
Or they used to have it and it has to come like refrigerated and everything. I think I ordered before when they had like a sale or something. So you could look into that.
I definitely need a sale.
Yeah,
this stuff is way too expensive. I do like that it also comes in a glass jar though.
It was actually one of my first purchases ever at Erewhon.
Oh.
Because like I think I had lived in LA for a while and never gone to Erewhon because I'm like, oh, that's way out of my
price range.
Yeah, price range. And then I heard about Coconut Cult, and back then it wasn't at Whole Foods, so you could only get it at like an Erewhon or a specialty store. And then when I went, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna like be an Erewhon customer. And honestly, so much stuff was crazy expensive that I was like, at least this is something like that. This is the cost everywhere, you know? Because some stuff you're like, oh, why is it so expensive here?
Erewhon marks things up by like a couple bucks though compared to Whole Foods.
Oh.
So Coconut Cult, I think, was like $12.
Because you're paying for the ambiance.
You're paying for like the 10 million people that work there.
Yeah.
There were so many security guards there too. Yeah, very well staffed.
And then some places like the one off Abbot Kinney has like valet, I think.
Oh, yeah. That's true. The one that we went to last time. Okay, the other thing that I discovered is this thing called Pumfu.
Never heard of that.
Love it. So it's not tofu. It's the texture of tofu, but it's made out of pumpkin seeds. Oh. But it's really great for protein and for like biodiversity in your gut microbiome.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's very delicious. You could prepare it a lot of different ways. But my sister-in-law told me the way that she likes to prepare it is just to like pan fry it. And it has a lot of great flavors from that already.
Is it at Whole Foods too?
It's at Whole Foods.
Oh.
Yeah. It wasn't at my Whole Foods, but they buy theirs at Whole Foods. I think if you go to a suburban Whole Foods, there's going to be a lot of it.
Well, it can be regional too. I am a wealth of knowledge about Whole Foods because we used to sell our product into Whole Foods. You can be like nationwide at Whole Foods, or you can be accepted by region. So
okay, well, next time you go to Whole Foods, can you check it out at San Mateo? It's in the tofu section. And they even had it at the fancy vegan restaurant we went to, and they prepared it with like some lemons and capers, and I thought it was so delicious. But very good. I just wanted to
I will look into that.
let you know.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for listening, listeners.
Yes.
Don't forget to rate and subscribe
Yes.
and reach out to us.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.